Hey guys, Joanne here with Newegg TV. I'm here to do an overview on these LEPA MaxGold power supplies. They come in the 500 watt, 600 watt, and 700 watt versions, and even though the 800 and 1000 watt versions aren't on this table, they are also available to you. There are some things I'd like to go over before getting into the box, and that is that these MaxGold power supplies, the series, comes with 80 plus gold, so they're rated 80 plus gold, and that means at 20% load you get 87% efficiency, 50% load 90% efficiency, and 100% load 87% efficiency. Would love to see a titanium rated model, but I think those are mainly for the 230 volt versions, right? Or 115 volt. But anyway, this also comes with these rubber sleeves for the power supply, not something I generally see, and they like to call it the NT3's Kubrick design. Interesting. I will show you that when I take it out of the box. And some features, just a few here, such as these power supplies are they support Intel Haswell's CPU C6, C7 states, which is the CPU's power usage when idle. So the power supply doesn't, malfunction or anything because it thinks like something's wrong with the wattage, whatnot. And it is also EU ERP Lot 6 compliant, which means this consumes less than 1 watt of power on standby mode. And one more thing, you get overpower, overvoltage, and short circuit protection. And down here is a chart for all the models, 500 to 1000. I just want to quickly note that for the 800 and 1000 watt models, you get a couple more PCIe connectors, a lot more SATA, and some more Molex. But otherwise, the rest of the cabling is pretty similar. And for the power chart, since it's listed all here, it's just easier to go over it in this area. For the 500 watt version, they all come with single plus 12 volt rails, so it's just one here, written here. And for the 500 watt, it's at 40 amps, and you get total 500 watts. For the 600 watt version, 48 amps, 600 watts. And for the 700 watt version, 58 amps, 700 total watts. Here's everything that comes in the box. We have the 500, 600, and 700 watt power supplies. All come with this golden looking LEPA logo in the center. The 700 watt version comes with a 140 millimeter fan, but the 500 and 600 watts come with a 120 millimeter fan. Just wanted to note the differences, and they all come with the same number of connectors for PCIe as well as peripheral. And also one more thing that is similar or the same about these power supplies are these non-modular connectors. So as you can see, these power supplies are a hybrid, both non-modular but mostly modular, hence the cables. So what's the same about these is that they all get a 20 plus 4 pin main connector as well as a 4 plus 4 pin CPU plug. And as you can see, all the cables are sleeved. The non-modular and the modular cables down here are all sleeved. So it helps with the airflow in the case and also gives a cleaner presentation. And I look at the other accessories. You get this LEPA user guide in many different languages. This is more of a simple guide. It's just like about a page or two installation and troubleshooting, and then it goes on to the other languages. And you also get this bag of 2 Velcro ties. Usually there's like some kind of symbol like it's LEPA, but no, it's just plain black, as well as 4 mounting screws. So each of them come with these 4 items, the 2 I mentioned, and of course it comes with a power cord. And what is in this lovely bag? You get an extra rubber sleeve. See, is that cool? You can like fold it up and all that. But this is a standard black one, I suppose, in case you don't like the red on these, because maybe you don't want red in your case. Maybe you have a black and blue case theme going on, so this black sleeve can be very helpful. And these are very easy to take off too. Up here, just unbind them like this and peel them off. Very easy. Also easy to place on. So now for a closer look at the actual cables. Oh, but I should mention what this actually does. Since it's a rubber sleeve, it helps to protect your power supply from shock, static electricity, and from slipping as rubber generally does. And usually what rubber does is also helps reduce the vibration, therefore reduce the noise. So instead of like, if you don't get those rubber sliders padding underneath your power supply in the case, this could be helpful. And now onto the cables. So this is the 500 watt bundle, 600 watt, 700 watt bundle, and similar cables. They all have 4 Molex and 1 floppy. The main differences are the PCIe connectors, the number of them, and SATA connectors. So for the 500 watt, let's see what you get. Ton of twist ties here, but this one should be the big one. There we go. Let's see, you get 2 Molex and a floppy. There should be 2 more Molex. So that makes 4 Molex and a floppy. You also get, oh, I like that they're blue, so they're easy to find. But sometimes I see that they're red too, so this is new, this is different. You get 2 6+2 pin PCIe connectors. And how many SATA do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 SATA. So that makes 2 6+2 pin PCIe connectors and 5 SATA for the 500 watt version. Now for the 600 watt bundle, let's see what you get. It's always fun, isn't it? Although I already know because I checked the box. But you get 2 6+2 pin PCIe connectors, same as the 500 watt. You should also get 2 Molex and a floppy, and an additional 2 Molex. Makes 4 Molex and a floppy. And you get 3 SATA connectors here, and 4 SATA connectors here, 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes 7. So this one comes with 7 SATA. That's the difference between the 5 and the 6. Finally, for the 700 watt version, last bundle is the thickest of all. So of course you get 2 Molex. Where's my other 2 Molex and the floppy? Another 2 Molex and a floppy. Done. This time you get 2 6+2 pin PCIe connectors and an additional 2 6+2 pin PCIe connectors. That makes 4. That is huge. And how many SATA do you get? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that is a lot of SATA connections. But yes, you get 9 SATA here with 4 PCIe connectors. Here's a closer look at the power supplies. This is the 700 watt standing next to the 600 watt. I don't have the 500 watt in here because the 500 and 600 have the same dimensions, whereas the 700 watt is slightly bigger, well, longer. So the 700 watt measures about 6.5 inches long, whereas the 600 and 500 measure a little under 6.5 inches. But they are about the same, measured along this edge. They're both about 6 inches and close to 3.5 inches tall. So that's the dimensions of it, and they both come with, or this MaxGold series, this GM series, come with silent hydraulic bearing fans. Of course, this is bigger, 140, like I mentioned earlier, and the others are 120s. But I'm sure the 800 and 1000 watts come with at least a 140 millimeter fan. Now, a closer look at the 700 watt. So here at the back, you get honeycomb ventilation. You can kind of see into the internal components. And this is a pretty hefty piece of equipment, and that generally means that it is pretty good quality. And here's your power port as well as power switch. On this side, oh, it's weighing down on my hand. On this side, G500-M, and this, well, it's GM 700 watt. This is the logo. You cannot orient it this way as this will be upside down. That is just something to note. This power supply is mostly in black with this red rubber sleeving, which I will remove and show you the black sleeving in a little bit. And here are clearly labeled. These are for your PCIe connectors, labeled GPU, and for your peripherals, labeled hard drive, optical drive, and peripheral. So it is easy to see where to plug everything in. On the back, of course, is the, whoops, that's upside down. On the bottom is the power chart, but I already went over it. They all come with single plus 12-volt rails. You know that already. And that about covers it for the power supply. And let me just go ahead and remove this piece here. So I'm going to start like this. Oh, it comes off quite easily. Very nice. It's like disrobing this power supply. And ta-da! The black rubber sleeving. It is not as easy as taking the rubber sleeve off of the power supply. It kind of reminded me of putting my sheets back on the bed, but here it is. It looks quite nice and black too. That wraps up our overview on these LEPA MaxGold power supplies. I'm Joanne, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our Newegg YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Newegg TV, and we'll see you next time.